Wait, hold on. Just want to make sure y'all can see me. You can see my image. This is Jacob Cass, 2024. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my live stream, my review. We're gonna talk about wrestling. We're gonna talk about WWE Smackdown tonight. Smackdown just went off the air a few minutes ago. We're gonna talk about what happened on the show. We'll talk about the news and rumors for AEW and for WWE. I'll make my video will be like an hour long. My video was sponsored by my other favorite podcasters like JD from New York, Fightful Pro Wrestling, Post Wrestling, The Wrestling Inc., Sean WhatsApp, Denise Salcedo, Salma the Sound Off. Make you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Now this is how the show ended. Now there wasn't much to talk about on SmackDown. The only big storyline on this show was everything with the Bloodline. The Bloodline, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Clearly they're setting that up. We could see a triple threat match at Crown Jewels. We could. Or maybe we could get Kevin and Cody Rhodes again. I don't know why. What good would that do? Maybe we get some kind of stipulation. Or they could do a triple threat match and include Randy Orton. We'll have to wait and see. Alright. AEW Rampage. Wait, what? I already saw Black Panther. Alright. Now let's get back into wrestling. Now, I did see the movie Power. Power Book 2 Ghosts. Season 4, Episode 9. We saw the shocking end to Monet's death. There's Power Book, the final episode for Season 4. That'll be next week. Now let's get right into SmackDown. Now how are we gonna start off with this? Maybe I should start with SmackDown first, and then we'll talk about the news and rumors. Alright, this is the Joe Cronin show. SmackDown ratings are dead. Alright, here is no DQ. It was pretty short. Solo addressing the Bloodline. Bayley takes on Naomi to see who challenges Nia Jax at the pay-per-view. Andrade once again goes to war with Carmelo Hayes. Misha looked for retribution on Piper Niven. Solo returns. Alright. There's Denise Salcedo. Now let's see what Denise Salcedo had to say about this. Gonna have to go back so you guys can watch her review. Might take a while. Alright, here we go.
And I saw that SummerSlam's gonna be at MetLife. I started thinking, like, damn, should I or should I not go? And here's why. So when I went to WrestleMania 35, a lot of people got stranded there. I didn't because I had booked a bus ride back, so I was okay. But I remember because the event ended so late, like there was no trains running, like no buses, none of that stuff, right? Now I've gone to MetLife Stadium afterwards, like a couple, like I think 2 or 3 times since then for jet skiing, and we always take the bus. So right after the event, we take the bus back to New York and all of that, right? However, this is the concern that I was having because I was thinking, okay, if I go to SummerSlam at MetLife, that means I'm going to stay afterwards for the press conference, which means that it's going to end super late. And what the hell? How am I going to get back to my hotel? So that's honestly what I was thinking about, like the last, like they made the announcement. It's stupid stuff, but you got to think about it. You don't know how many times I've gotten stranded at places, Robin.
Well, it's a hard stadium to get to and from because they thought about they were originally going to build it on the west side of Manhattan, which would have been interesting too, like right around where the Javits Center is, a little bit south of that. But they didn't do that.
Out of some pretty good points because they basically said that when Randy and KO were helping out Cody Rhodes, they weren't able to get the job done against the Bloodline. And so Kevin Owens tells them, "Shut up and let's do this match. Let's do a tag team match." And Cody Rhodes is thinking he's going to be part of this, but in a very very savage, "you can't sit with us" kind of move. Kevin Owens basically said, "No, not you, Cody. You can worry about your match on Bad Blood. This is going to be me and Randy Orton versus Sikoa and Jacob Fatu at the main event of Smackdown." Now, before we get to the main event portion of it, what did you think of the opening segment and how all of that sort of went down?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's hard to talk about the opening segment without going to the main event because I think it all ties in, and I thought it was really well done. In fact, I thought it's some of the best storytelling they've done, especially with the main characters. And KO looks like he's being set up for a main event run here against Cody Rhodes coming up really soon. But they planted those seeds of discontent. We talked about it last week. KO holding that chair and Cody, but he didn't. And now this week we get that at the beginning of it. And then there were all these other little bits of storytelling, including by the announcers who said Kevin Owens has never gotten a pin over a member of the Bloodline, which I didn't realize, and then the backstage segment where KO told Cody, "Don't come out for the match." So not only did he tell him not to be a part of the match, but later he told him to not come out for the match. And then the way the match actually ended was one of the up there with the best, not distraction, referee bump spots I've ever seen to cause confusion amongst the.
Dude, okay, so you guys mentioned, of course, we're going to talk about that right now, that it is the main event of the show. This was my favorite SmackDown main event in God knows how long. I loved this match. Dude, the action was hot like the entire time. It was to 100 the second the bell rung. I do want to give a shout out to the crowd, Oklahoma City. I thought they were a phenomenal crowd, man. They were cheering for everything, booing for everything. I mean, they were really reacting to the backstage segment that Robin mentioned. If Randy Orton told Cody, "Hey, keep an eye out on this match. I do not mind if you go out there and help us out," because he's smart. He knows that the Bloodline is bound to go out there, Tonga and Tongaloa. And of course, they did. They went out there. So the second they went out there, Cody Rhodes went out there. And this was kind of crazy, but it worked out really nicely. So Cody Rhodes was helping them out. He was handling business, he was doing his thing. But at one point, Kevin Owens is handling business in the ring. He's about to have this match won. The referee is counting. But Jacob Fatu throws Cody Rhodes into the referee. So it basically ends that pin. However, Kevin Owens did not see Jacob Fatu do this. He thinks Cody Rhodes broke up the pin. And so he's freaking pissed off at Cody Rhodes. He gets distracted by this, and that allows Jacob Fatu to then go around the corner, get in there, and super kick Kevin Owens a bunch of times, and that is how they end up losing this match. And so by the end of it, you got Randy Orton trying to break up Kevin Owens and Cody having this argument, and supposedly, they give each other a hug, and supposedly things are okay from the looks of it. But let's be real, they really are not. But this match was fire, Robin. How'd you like the main event?
Yeah, no, action packed, and KO brings that, right? Like KO always brings the action. Segment I mentioned where KO said, "Don't come out," and you said, as you mentioned, Randy Orton said, "Cool, you're good to come out." But whether or not KO thought it was Cody doing the quest for Roman to get back in the bloodline, when he can't do it with Cody, who then he looks at a little sideways and says, "Oh, I thought together we'd be able to get this done. Maybe, maybe I got to come for your title sooner rather than later."
Right. So I mean, I know that to continue the story going, you obviously have to have them get the win at Bad Blood. It's so hard, right? Because like I can't see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns losing this. And I know we were stuck on this a couple of weeks ago when they first made the match, and even then, I still could not accept seeing either Roman or Cody Rhodes, lose this match here. But that's most likely what's bound to happen here. But I think they've done a really great job of just not making it about can we coexist, none of that crap. We haven't been getting into that. Like this has been a legitimate, straightforward. Can you trust Roman Reigns attitude? We talked about them doing that really great cinematic piece, and now Cody Rhodes is out there, struggling with his relationships with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens because of this. And here's the thing. I'm curious about Randy Orton and all of this because everybody knows that we've been anticipating Cody Rhodes and Randy, right? We've been anticipating this now for a while. And so part of me wonders if this is a situation like, remember when we were seeing Bailey feud with Damage Control, and at the beginning it kind of made it seem like Dakota Kai was on Bailey's side, but she really wasn't Damage Control side. I almost feel like Randy Orton is going to play a similar role in this, where he's kind of acting like a peacemaker right now, but at the end, he might end up, also turning on Cody and siding with KO. Do you feel that way?
What event was it where Randy took a real long gander?
I think it was on Smackdown. Or was it on PLE?
It was on PLE for sure. I think it was twice. I think you're right. I think it was once on Smackdown and once on a PLE where foreshadowing at its finest. And really, Randy Orton has had nothing to do since he's come back. Like that's exactly how it's going to play out. So there is a predictable nature that gets you excited because you know the parties that are going to be involved, the big time players. But there's an unpredictable nature given we don't know. Again, we've gone over this. When is Roman going to face Cody again? When is The Rock going to come back? When are we going to get Roman and Brock? Meanwhile, is Cody going to get turned on by KO? And if it is Randy going to be involved and turn on him as well? So you have some sort of triple threat program almost going on with those guys, which would be a nice way to make it more engaging. Almost a AJ Styles Redux, where okay, you had the match with KO, now KO turns on you, and you have the rematch with KO. If you throw Orton in there as well and get all three guys involved, all of a sudden that program goes a little bit more nice.
Dude, I mean, and also I want to get into the actual portion of the match too, Robin, because there were some really great moments in this. Dude, okay, when Randy Orton, he started slamming Sikoa onto the commentary table, and the first thing that he did, no sells that shit. He gets right back up. And so Randy's like, nope, not on my watch. And he keeps doing it. He does it a total of 4 times until you can finally keep Jacob Fatu down for a bit. And then right away goes in and slams Sikoa. I love that part. I love Kevin Owens running in and doing the senton on everybody. That was freaking cool. I'm trying to think like what else that was really great. Those are some of my favorite moments, but I could not believe, or not that I couldn't believe, but I just really, really loved this match. Felt like fireworks everywhere. And even we're always sitting here talking about like, oh yeah, we can't wait to see Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes, or we can't wait to, I'm sorry, not Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. We can't wait to see Jacob Fatu against Cody Rhodes, or Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns or Kevin Owens. Now I'm like, dude, you got to make sure you add Randy Orton to that, because just the little interactions that they had in this matchup here, oh, they were so freaking fun. But yeah, this was, I love this match. I can't even put it over enough. I really, really love today's match.
And well, I think this is a good show for wrestling fans, right? Like in the sense of the wrestling, I thought there were 3 really strong in-ring matches. That being one, obviously Naomi and Bailey being one, and Carmelo Hayes and Andrade being one. Of course, we'll get to the rest of those in more detail, but to just add to your point, it wasn't necessarily the most eventful show from top to bottom. We got the storyline aspect of it at the end of the match, at the beginning of the show, where you got 3 pretty banger matches for regular television.
Yeah, I feel you. It was a good night. It was a good night. All right, we got Toby here. Thank you so much to Toby for sending this in. He says, Robin, how did your kids react to Jay winning? Yeet.
Well, so my son, he was actually asleep for the actual match, but I told him about it in the morning, and he was so excited.
Aw.
And then he came home and first thing asked to watch it.
Yeah.
He watched it when he came home from school. And Ronnie, my daughter, also watched and was very pumped for James. I was like, Ronnie, did you like seeing James win? So they were very happy. And again, he brings the Yeet celebration to other aspects of his life now. That's how he celebrates sports accomplishments and the like. So very, very happy. And I don't think he expected it because I think he had sort of been conditioned to Jay had almost given up. But I thought it was a beautiful moment too. Like the tears.
Have you used that to hurry up and get them ready for? Just maybe they're waiting to get a little closer to Bad Blood, but I felt like just given the way that I really like the creativity of the finish of this match, and it was preceded by a really fiery match. I feel like the way that they closed out SmackDown today was really good.
Yeah, me too. It was very uniquely done. I mean, I
the Carmelo Andrade feud, but I feel for Naomi always either being a third wheel to Bianca and Jade or eating a pin. So let's get to the second portion of what Sheldon Jackson just mentioned here. That was what followed the opening segment, and it was Bayley versus Naomi to determine who would go on to face Nia Jax. Now, we were here last week, and I had said, Robin, I want Naomi to win. I love Bayley, but we've seen Bayley get her due. We've seen Bayley get these really big moments. We've seen Bayley versus Nia Jax. And I really, really wanted to see Naomi get this moment against Nia Jax because it would have been a fresh match. And I really think that, because here's the thing, if we're expecting Tiffany Stratton to go in there and do the cash in, I would have liked how it would have played out if Nia Jax defeated Naomi. Cool, fine, as long as she got the match, got her win, and then who knows, maybe we would have seen Tiffany Stratton come in at some point for that cash in. But I really also, like Sheldon, wanted to see Naomi get her due here because I do also feel like she's constantly sort of being, just placed on the side.
Though, would losing that match help her? Even if she got it? Because I agree with you. I would much rather see that match. I think stylistically it makes sense. It is fresh and new. But reading the comments and hearing you talk, I kind of wonder if this helps further her character. Her and Sasha bounced that long ago?
That was good. Again, they have another banger of a match. Andrade was leading the series 3-2, but LA Knight comes in and basically causes the distraction. Andrade looked like he had this match won. He distracts Andrade, comes out there, and Carmelo is able to roll up Andrade and get the victory here. So on that part, on the piece of Andrade and Carmelo, they're tied 3-3 now. So they haven't officially announced the seventh match, but I'm pretty sure they're going to at some point. They might even have on social media already. Who knows? The match was great. I'm curious to get your thoughts on the aftermath of this, though, because since LA Knight was lost respect for you for not shaking my hand. And then
But to do it though, does it like
All right, come on.
sort of set
The quality of Fanatics in terms of jerseys is
character on TV? When did Hulk Hogan go to WWE?
welcome to the club.
All right. See what Solomon the Sound Off had to say.
Andrade came.
All right. Solomon the Sound Off. Now let's check out his podcast. See what he's gonna say. How he's gonna start.
Served a storyline purpose tonight, which was to get Cody and Owens at each other's throats. At the very end, it was Randy Orton playing Peacemaker when this show went off the air. It's like the cooler heads prevail for now.
I have a theory about where this is all going, and it actually stems from a comment that somebody left underneath last week's review. And it got me thinking, and I like the idea the more I think about it. I think this may, in fact, be what's going on here. So we'll talk about that. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. They continue to be the best part of SmackDown when you put the two of them in the ring together. We got part 6 tonight in what will now inevitably end up being a best of 7 series. They continue to deliver each and every single time they end up in the ring together. They are consistently the best part of this show. Tonight was no different. In fact, tonight I thought was the best of the 6. LA Knight, still part of that story as well, lurking in the shadows with the United States Championship. How will things end between all 3 men? Who is going to win ultimately in this feud? Nia Jax has her challenger for the WWE Women's Championship at Bad Blood. We had a match tonight between Bayley and Naomi. To decide who would go on to challenge for the title, we have our answer. And I'm going to tell you the name of the former WWE champion who is finally on his way back. He will be back on SmackDown next week. We're going to talk about it all. This is your Friday Night SmackDown review. The final SmackDown here for the month of September. It is September 27th, 2024. I am the Solomonster. Like and subscribe for notifications. Super chats are open. I want to send a word out to anybody who is in the path or was in the path of Hurricane Helene. Boy, you talk about a beast of a storm. I was following some of the coverage of this storm once it hit land. I am very grateful I was not in the path of that storm. And there are a lot of people right now who I'm sure are dealing with power outages, among other issues. Hopefully you are not among them. If you are, you're probably not watching this right now. But hopefully everybody is safe who is watching this, doing okay. So my thoughts go out to all of those people. I saw MLW, they had a show scheduled for Florida next Friday, I believe. And they were forced to cancel that show because of all the flooding in the area. The flooding in some of these areas is just terrifying. But hopefully everybody is doing okay. Randy Orton was back this week. And in fact, Randy Orton opened the show. He came out to the ring and he said that he could count the number of people in this business that he trusts on one hand. Cody Rhodes would be one of those people. He said Cody teaming with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood was disappointing, and it just didn't sit right. So he invited Cody to come out to the ring to explain to him why he's teaming with Roman Reigns. That brought out the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Cody said that he might look like a fool by teaming with Roman, but he asked Randy if he would rather be a fool or a coward. He said that Roman Reigns looked him in the eye multiple times and gave him his word in the past, even before they wrestled at WrestleMania. He had made a promise to him, and every single time that Roman has made a promise to him, he hasn't lied to him. And so he trusts him this time when Roman says that, I'll have your back at Bad Blood. Going to take him at his word. Hopes it's not a problem for Randy, and he put his hand for hand. Randy shook Cody's hand and said it's not a problem unless Cody makes it a problem. And on cue, Kevin Owens' music hit. He made his way down to the ring before he can get a word out, just like last week. Remember, Owens was going to come out to the ring. He was going to talk to us about how he really felt about the whole segment that we saw with Roman and Cody on the field at Georgia Tech. He never did. He got cut off by the bloodline. So he came out here, and before he could even get a word out, we had Timu Bloodline make their way out. Solo Sikoa was back this week. Tim, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa. Solo said he knows Roman gave Cody his word, and Cody should trust Roman because Cody is going to need Roman at Bad Blood. He rightfully pointed out that each time Cody tried to take out the bloodline alongside Orton and Owens, they were unsuccessful. They couldn't get the job done. Solo said the reason Cody is teaming with Roman is because Owens and Orton always let Cody down. So KO chimed in and he said, look, told him to shut his stupid face. Then he challenged the Bloodline to a tag team match. Cody tried to make a 6-man tag. Owens looked over at him and he declined. He said, no, you know what? You got your match with your partner Roman. Focus on that at Bad Blood. Tonight, we don't need you. It's going to be me and Randy taking on Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. And I guess he's the matchmaker now because the match was official. We had our main event for the evening. So, yeah, we have a situation here where Kevin Owens can't get the words out that he wants to say. It's the second week in a row now. And we got a glimpse here of his disgust with Cody Rhodes in this segment. Randy Orton is not thrilled either, although, he seems to be more accepting of things. For now being the key words. But I mentioned before, someone in the comments section made a remark about where they think the story may be going. Now, last week, if you watched the show, it seemed pretty obvious that Kevin Owens is headed in the direction of a heel turn, right? It almost seems too obvious. What if, and this is the theory I subscribe to now, that all of this angst we are seeing from Kevin Owens, all this turmoil here between friends, they want you to think that Kevin Owens is going to turn heel. But what if it's all just a red herring? It's just a way to throw you off the scent of the actual person who's going to turn heel, which is going to be Randy Orton. I don't know when. I'm sure it'll be an RKO out of nowhere. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to be, but it seems to me like there's a pretty plausible, kind of built-in reason that Orton would have to be upset with Cody. Owens, too, and I don't know if it's a case where they would both go heel or just Orton would go heel, but I definitely think that there's something to that. And so we're going to see more of this, I think, at least for another week or two where, Owens is not happy with Cody and there's some pushing and shoving going on. Randy Orton, like I said, tonight he was trying to play peacemaker at the end of the show. That's what they want you. And Orton put him on blast here and said, look, you and I don't have a problem unless you basically give him a reason to look at Cody as a problem. So that's what I think is going on here. But they set up the typical standard tag team main event here for SmackDown. Cody Rhodes is going for the Sting Award for making friends that turn on him. You would think Cody grew up around all that as a kid, right? Watching WCW, you would think he would know better. He was very naive. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. You are my rival. Hey, Donnie Yas. Bailey got a 2 count out of it anyway. Bailey went for a Bailey to belly.
Extra absorbent.
And I'm asking Adam and Jackie Sanders, like, hey, what song do you play? Are you Hollow Bread? I'm asking all these stupid questions. They're like, keep up.
Now, I want to let all my viewers know, all my fans know that they announced SummerSlam 2025 for next year. It will be 2 nights in MetLife Stadium, so it's going to be in New York. I thought that the 2-night SummerSlam was going to be in 2026, 2 years later. But it's going to be next year in 2025. SummerSlam will be in MetLife. It will be 2 nights. I can't wait for that. It's going to be interesting. Bill Simmons is bringing White the Man series was made for die-hard wrestling fans. We know that WWE reportedly interested in bringing back a current AEW star. Backstage update on board the Smackdown expanded into 3 hours.
Is that what we used to review Rampage? That felt
I
like was long.
remember. Yeah.
So it is a lot, and even Triple H has said like that 3rd hour is almost it's impossible to describe how much harder it is to write because it's wild. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. So I think Raw's actually done a better.
AJ Styles return announced. Is that who they were talking about? Yeah. AJ Styles coming back. He's been on TV for a while now. Alright.
Rage says, I miss Charlotte Flair. I don't even want to read the rest of this one. I miss Charlotte Flair. I hope she comes back and takes the title. She never lost.
Jeez, man.
Unfortunately, that day is coming, and unfortunately, I will be a very sad human being. But Rage, thank you very much for the $100 super chat. Appreciate you as always. And Rage actually is going to Bad Blood in Atlanta. Hot Atlanta right now. Fucking team's playing with my heartstrings, man. Really? If they make the playoffs, man, it'll be one of the biggest miracles of all time. And then we got another one from Jason Parker. $100 by Jason Parker. Says, let's get those bombs up. Let's screw some stuff up and drink some old fashions and eat chow mein in the venue tonight, y'all. Listen, there's no chow mein here, brother. We're not some lowbrow, rinky-dink fucking corner Chinese place, man. Give me a break, man. We serve
Phil,
drinks,
Massachusetts.
and we got Titus in the kitchen, man. There's nothing but gourmet, high-end bar food here, man. Okay? Round of applause for everybody in the venue. Thank you, guys. Ed Wiley in the chat. What's up, brother? He says, Jake, you love the new intro. Keep up the great work, brother. Appreciate that, man. Dark Horse does not come cheap, bro. Love the energy, man. Keep that energy going. Let's end September off with a fucking bang, huh? Love the energy. Let's keep it going. Smackdown tonight. I thought it was a good show. Nothing really, oh my God, so crazy, man. It was a great episode. You missed it, man. Your life is incomplete. No, not one of those shows. It wasn't one of those shows tonight. It was a solid 2 hours of professional wrestling, and I thought everybody delivered pretty damn good tonight, man. Starting at the top, we got Randy Orton. Love to see Randy Orton back on television. He wanted an explanation. And he wanted an explanation from Cody Rhodes and why he's teaming with Roman Reigns at WWE Bad Blood next Saturday, which we will be live for. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be bad right here on Off the Script. But Randy wanted a very respectful interaction. Why? Cody, why? Cody gave him the reason why. We're going to go over the reason why. I actually, coming from Cody, is it the best explanation that they could have given? No. But it's an explanation that you would expect Cody Rhodes to give Randy Orton in that moment. So I actually gave it a thumbs up. I actually enjoyed the interaction between Randy and Cody. Gives you a glimpse about what's going to happen when we do really get into what's going on between them. And I said, Cody gave it something that you would expect from Cody, and I liked it. I thought it was good. They started the show off exactly the way you needed, because last week it ended with Kevin Owens potentially teasing to hit Cody in the back with a chair, and everybody was asking, well, I wonder what Randy Orton thinks about this. First person we see today, Randy Orton. First person we called out, Cody Rhodes. The KO comes out there. KO didn't really get much of anything. He didn't say anything. He was interrupted by the fake tribal chief, Solo Sikoa, and the rest of the bloodline, which then was a way to build the main event, which we got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens teaming up against Jacob
It wasn't Effie. We know
and
Effie.
Solo Sikoa.
You know Effie.
tonight
She's
on
not going to
SmackDown.
do that.
So I thought what they
I know.
did
Come on, we know
and
Effie.
how they delivered it
Effie knows
was a
like
thumbs up. In
Effie
my
too.
honest opinion, and
Effie
we will
knows
go
like
over everything
She
that
did.
they said tonight in the
They
open
have
of
me and Kanye
SmackDown
Bueno.
right at the top.
Who's new? I figured it out.
Andrade and Carmelo, they had
It's
a
your Kanye.
fantastic match tonight, probably the best match in the entire series so far, and we are not done
I thought it
yet.
was your business.
The United States Championship title picture is reaching a
Oh, you
boiling
married?
point. This is the best that
That's the
it's
reason
felt
why
all
I'm
year.
marrying her.
And Andrade,
I'm not marrying her for
Carmelo,
the fucking business or the
finally
game
are
or for the
now
game.
seen
If not for the
exactly
life that we're in,
why
I'm marrying her.
Triple
He
H
doesn't
and the
kill you
creative team
when he
put
wants.
both of these guys together,
Doesn't kill you
and
or
why
you
it
and
was such
Diana.
a great idea to let them go a best
Because she
of
finds out
seven.
you kill you
I will
or kill me.
explain why tonight's match was the best of them all, and why these guys
The reason why I
are
don't tell you anything
absolutely
because you always
feeding
fuck.
off each other, and
You
they
always
are
know how many
looking
shit
better
work.
because of the
I
work that
I
they are
rather
doing
die for you.
together on a weekly basis. So I will go over that and the
I'll be
match. We'll
one.
break it down tonight
Because
as
you got
well
a chance.
on the post show. And the ladies, they had some decent action tonight, man. I'm not gonna lie. The
God,
women's division on
I
Friday
couldn't
night
forgive
is
you for
probably its
what
weakest
he did.
point of the tag
Hey,
team
look,
division.
look,
But
he
all the
watched me
women
suffer.
tonight that
He
Triple
watched
H
me
put on
lose
the
my
show,
mind,
Ethan,
lose
Piper
myself.
Niven,
He watched
Bailey,
me
and
suffer
Naomi,
every night.
they all
I
brought it.
cried myself.
I thought all four
And he
ladies
didn't tell me the
delivered
truth.
some really, really good
So I
stuff
can't forgive
in
him
the
for
ring
that.
tonight, man. To cap off the
If
final
he had told me
Smackdown
earlier,
of
if he had told me
the month
earlier,
of
then
September,
maybe,
as we roll into
then
next
maybe I wouldn't
week,
have killed him.
which is shaping up to be a huge Smackdown. Bad Blood Weekend, man. It's going to be big. Like I've been saying for weeks, it's going to be an all-timer show. It is going to be a banger show on Saturday, and I can't wait to really get into it all and spend it.
Don't take it like
with
you
you guys
pin
right
out
here
for
on
years.
the
You'll live that
podcast. But I got to give
Look
another
at you.
small round of applause
He's a
to
great
Rage. Rage already threw 100 down on the bar. She ordered everybody a shot of bourbon. And now, she threw
What
down
the
a
fuck
50
you doing
spot.
here? Wait, what are you
What are
doing
you
here?
buying, Rage? I like Gentleman Jack, please, or Jameson, one or the other. On a serious note, Kevin Owens turning heel is going to be a possible setup. Kevin Owens might not even go heel. It might be Randy Orton who goes heel. I know a lot of people want to see Cody Rhodes go heel. Cody Rhodes not going. He's definitely not going. I think that would be a mistake. Before we get to Cody and Rock, no, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. But at some point,
We could be looking at a triple threat match. We could get a triple threat
but
match.
Rich, thank you so very much for
We
your
could-
overwhelming
We could get a
generosity
triple threat
tonight.
match with the guy
And
that
thank you
crown
guys for
jewel.
being here on
Now I wouldn't
the
mind.
post
I
show,
don't
man.
mind
We
seeing
may
Kevin
get into
Owens
this
and
stuff.
Cody Rhodes again if they have
But
the
let me
relation.
talk. Let me talk to you, man. Yeah. We got something special happening on Sunday. What is Sunday, Jake? I have been asked to participate alongside the Chi-Town Smart, Jesse. We got Ross. And then Monday into Tuesday, Tribal Queen gives it 2 weeks.
Alright, now let's get back into my review. Oh, look at this. Chris Smooth. We got a shocking tonight. Carl Anthony Town traded to the New York Knicks. So I get the Timberwolves don't want him. He's now on the New York Knicks. Now let's get back into SmackDown. Let's see. Best Super Tag Team. Reigns and Undertaker. That had to be on House Show, right? Or Dark Man. Giovanni Vinci. Now, like I said, they did announce SummerSlam 2025 next year, August 2nd, August 3rd in MetLife. First ever 2 nights. First on Georgia Tech beginning, I had a bad one. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller on NXT. I don't think they want SmackDown, they want NXT. A-Town Down class under with Nathan Fraser and SM. So they're gonna be feuding with them on NXT. Are they really going after these tag team titles? We know that CM Punk get pulled to be the referee again in the Trick Williams and Ethan Page match. I wonder, they could be teasing Punk and Ethan Page. since they're in AEW. Wins the she retained her title. Wait, Riz Holland defeat Chase U. Riz Holland was different. It looked a little bit older than last time we saw him. I just haven't been watching anything that much. Okay, so now, like I said, this is how the show opened. Cody will tell Randy Orton why he teamed with Roman Reigns. Cody will explain why he teamed with Roman Reigns. The former Legacy members share a tense moment. Someone said Randy Orton and Kevin Owens always let Cody down. Bayley wins the right to challenge Nia Jax and WWE Bad Blood for the Women's Championship. We could get a Tiffany Stratton cast, and I wouldn't mind that. We know we could get Charlotte coming back, but I highly doubt that. I don't think we'll see Charlotte for a while. We could get a Tiffany Stratton casting. I wanted Naomi to win because I think she deserved it. Just because we want something different, something new. Naomi's a great wrestler. She's also a former champion. I think it would make sense she would have won it. But they're still playing with the feud with Bayley here. With Bayley and Nia Jax. Maybe Tiffany Stratton will probably cast in. We could get that. So we had Chelsea Green trained for dumpster match against Michin. That was weird. I don't know why. I don't think that's not even funny. Chelsea Green's a good wrestler, but really she trained for dumpster match with Michin. We got now they did announce that next week Chelsea Green and Michin in a dumpster match. Next week on Smackdown on the Go Home show. We got Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Another great match. This was the 6th match they had. I think we will get a 7 match. This is basically best out of 7. They haven't announced it, but we will get a 7 match with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I think Andrade had to win the 7th match to break the tie. Now, he did get screwed over because LA Knight got involved and kind of cost the match. LA Knight disrupted and allowed Carmelo Hayes to beat Andrade. So you know Andrade had to beat Carmelo Hayes in the 7th match. I think we will get Andrade and LA Knight for the US title. Because LA Knight not really doing much for the US title. We did get a bad day 7 when Andrade initiate a confrontation with LA Knight backstage. So you know that they're setting up these two in a feud for the US title. Also, we got Michin overcome Chelsea Green, Tracy Acid to defeat Piper Niven. Piper Niven hasn't really looked that great. She hasn't been that potential as Nia Jax has. She's been losing. Carl says a win is a win. Did Cody Rhodes cost Kevin Owens the video on the match? Well, I think Jigga 2 did. He also got in this match and pretty much drew Cody Rhodes into the referee, and that's how the referee got knocked out. So Bianca Belair and Jay Carter will host the Bad Blood pay-per-view next Saturday. Are they gonna defend their tag titles on the pre-show? They could. We won't. Michin is ready for the first ever women's dumpster match. I'm curious how that's gonna look. How's that match gonna be put? Alright, there's the main event. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, Jigga 2 and Sikoa. And we did get the tease with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens possibly will turn heel. We could see Randy Orton turn heel. Something's gonna happen. We do have AEW Rampage, but who wants to Rampage?
And here's the latest prep.
Ty decided to partner with Darren to try and test bring this product. Heroes and card for tired eyes. Bright eyes.
Count me out of that 80%. It was a thumbs up show, but to the tune of 80%. See, this right here, my mistake was not putting the thumbs in the middle of this, because I go back and forth. Some weeks I do it, some weeks I don't. This was a thumbs in the middle of it. In DIY. Now, why a triple threat? Owens did cool off enough to give Cody a hug, and that is what. Look.
Hold on.
Kicked by Fatu, and Fatu then sails through the ropes and he wipes out Cody Rhodes. Owens, though, in the ring hits a stunner to Solo Sikoa, and he's got the match won. Now Jacob Fatu throws Cody, rolls Cody back into the ring, and Cody inadvertently hits the referee. Hits him in the ankle, the referee goes down. Owens has the match won, but there's no referee. So now a very frustrated Kevin Owens stands up. He sees this. He had told Cody Rhodes not to come out during his match. And he goes over and he's yelling at Cody in the corner, "What are you doing here?" Then he turns into not one, but two super kicks by Jacob Fatu, and Solo covered Owens for the 3 count off of 2 super kicks. Are you kidding me? After everything that we see in these matches every week, both shows, both companies, 2 super kicks is what puts down Kevin Owens. I know what they were going for, but this was a weak finish. So Owens had told Cody, again, he told him, don't come out. Do me a favor, stay in the back, focus on your shit. Me and Orton, we got this, don't come out. Orton, though, told him that he wanted him to come out, and it backfired. And so anyway, here now, Owens, I think that both of them turning heel, frankly, is what this show probably needs right now, because they need heels. Week after, in St. Louis, I don't think they would do anything. I mean, not that he can't go into that match as a heel. I don't think they're going to do anything with him before then. So I'm not expecting. There's the show tonight. They move some stories along. We got a kick-ass match between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Beyond that, not a whole lot to speak of. I am just dreading 3 hours of this. But tonight was not 3 hours. As tonight goes, I thought it was a solid. Funeral.
Like a fool or a coward. I guess if you want to look at the explanation, not really a good one. That's why I said in the beginning, it's not really a good explanation, but it's an explanation that I could very much see Cody Rhodes spewing to someone. It sounds like a Cody Rhodes explanation. He's a good guy. He's a trusting guy. Cody Rhodes also acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. He said once.
All right. Now this is I don't think I've got the message about this. AEW that was having on Wednesday, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam 2024 MVP made its debut, and they're teasing Bobby Lashley going to AEW, and we rebuilding the Hurt Business. 15 years in the making, the Brian Fears Nigel. Wait, I think I already talked about it today. Yeah, I think I already did. Wait. Not sure if I showed you that one yet. Netflix has Vince.
WWE will be celebrating 27 years to the day of Bad Blood. 1997 saw the first Bad Blood, main evented by Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker inside the very first Hell in Cell in St. Louis. This year, it's taking place in Atlanta on October 5th, and CM Punk will enter the demonic structure again.
Vince McMahon freestyle over Netflix documentary Misreputation. Vince McMahon tweets for the first time in months and is in damage control mode with a ridiculous statement. And Mr. McMahon documents airs on Netflix Wednesday. Also, we have the Lucha Brothers are not signed to WWE yet. And the WWE Bad Blood main event is not what you think.
Drew McIntyre. But will it be the main event of the show? According to the latest reports, no, it will not be. We'll go over that right here today on Off the Script. Also, Vince McMahon issues a rare statement, says a lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in the Mr. McMahon Netflix documentary. Don't worry, Vince. There's more than enough for us to know what exactly you are. We'll go over what Vince said on social media as well. Lucha Brothers, according to latest reports, they're still signed to AEW. So what's all this business about them officially signing with the WWE? And backstage news on who produced and who directed that great segment with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes from Georgia Tech University. All this and so much more right here on this afternoon's Off the Script. We'll start with that. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Now, if you watch Friday Night Smackdown, I know you enjoyed that segment. Even if you don't like the current direction of Cody Rhodes and him aligning himself with Roman Reigns, continuing his battle against the bloodline, that was a great segment. Was it a little bit over the top?
So he beat AJ Styles, he beat
But that's what we
Logan
love
Paul.
about professional wrestling.
Classic champion, he
But
beat
the
Kevin
segment itself
AJ Styles.
did so
Paul,
much
Kevin.
to really create a
Right now
great
we're going to
environment.
Money Bank,
going
Cody
into Bad
facing
Blood.
Top Time.
What is Cody going
And
to
they
do
talked
when he
about
teams with Roman
Bear
Reigns? Is there going to be tension? What does Kevin Owens think about Cody
To beat
teaming
Top
with
Time.
Roman? What does Randy
I'm
Orton
taking on Silver.
think about Cody Rhodes teaming
They ain't
with
taking on
Roman
Kevin Owens.
Reigns at Bad Blood? Nobody knows. We don't know. We got a little bit of a glimpse of that on Friday night when they teased Kevin Owens turning heel on Cody Rhodes on Friday Night Smackdown towards the end of the show, but nobody really knows how they are both feeling. Why is Cody Rhodes teaming with Roman Reigns? He doesn't have to. He's the WWE champion. He ended everything that he needed to. He finished his story. He beat Roman at WrestleMania. He took care of Solo Sikoa. It is not his duty anymore. He's too much of a nice guy. Cody is too trusting. There's a lot of different directions this storyline could go in, and I'm very intrigued about what's going to happen after Bad Blood. But that segment at Georgia Tech University really set the tone for what's happening in Atlanta. This was after Reigns came to the aid of Rhodes last week to fend off the bloodline after Cody defended the WWE title against Solo Sikoa inside a steel cage on SmackDown. Now Reigns and Rhodes will team together at Bad Blood to take on Solo and Jacob Fatu on October 5th. PW Insiders provided some backstage details, noting it was filmed earlier last week at Georgia Tech's Bobby Dodd Stadium. Jeremy Borash, who's the Senior Director of Content and Development in NXT, produced it with input as well from Paul Heyman. Borash, widely respected for his work with these types of segments, has become Triple H's right-hand man and genius on location for segments like this. WWE's Director of Character Development, Rob Fee, was also on scene for this production. It's great. It's great. I don't know what else to say, man. This was a great fucking segment. I want to see more segments like this, not only in WWE, but in professional wrestling, man. It really shows the maturity of the products. It shows the change in how we all look at pro wrestling. And if it could make the story that we are investing our time in better, and why not? And that's exactly what it did, man. It checked off all those boxes on Friday night. Was it a little over the top? Sure. Was it overly embellished? Sure. Did it need to be grand and oh my God, did it need to be cinema? Probably not. But I loved it. Most of the audience loved it. WWE is going to continue to do it when it calls for it. Not everybody's going to get that type of treatment. Not everybody's a Cody Rhodes or a Roman Reigns. So I'm sure that type of stuff will be saved for The Rock and Cody and Roman and look. Takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self. Vince, the title alone, make that evident. Now, I don't really know what he's complaining about here. Both Mr. McMahon and Vince are one and the same. They're both one and the same. They're not two different people. I don't know how anybody listening to this shit, reading this utter garbage, is going to go out there and think that Mr. McMahon is from Vince and Vince is different from Mr. McMahon. They're basically the same fucking person. What you saw is Vince on television played out for our entertainment. Whatever happened on television, you went backstage and that's the Vince you got. I don't really understand the fucking problem here. Who's bullshitting us? Vince is bullshitting us. A lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers use typical editing tricks without the context footage and dated sound bites to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. In an attempt to further their misleading account, the producers use a lawsuit based on an affair I ended as evidence that I am in fact Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides to every story. The thing is, nobody wants to hear Vince's side of the story because there's more than enough evidence mounted to make a determination on who Vince McMahon is. And the Vince McMahon that I see going into this, and the Vince McMahon I know going into this, is not the Vince McMahon that started a multi-billion-dollar worldwide entity known as WWE. The Vince that I see, the Vince that I know, the Vince that I read, the Vince that I hear going into this is a rapist and a sex trafficker. And that's all anybody is going to understand and know going into this. Nobody's going into this wanting to know who Vince McMahon is as a human being. They want to know how vile Vince McMahon is so that they can absolutely rid themselves of whatever is left of Mr. McMahon. I will be seated on Wednesday and I will be watching and absolutely reviewing what happens in this Netflix documentary. Give me a fucking break. Excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Oh, I don't want people confused. There's nothing to be confused about, bitch. You are Mr. McMahon. Vince and Mr. McMahon are the same person at the end of the day. Moving on. The main event for Bad Blood. You all think it's going to be CM Punk and Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Bad Blood is not going to be main evented by the Hell in the Cell. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. They filmed their vignette and promo at Georgia Tech University, and the working plan internally was to have that match against the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, close the PLE. Cody Rhodes is from the area, and WWE is having a school band play him in. That should be really cringy. Now, the report says from Fightful that they are told Roman Reigns' connection to the, I guess, city and who he is in Atlanta, being that he played football there, also played a role in this decision. With the show still 2 weeks away, anything can change, but as of last week, Rhodes and Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu will close Bad Blood. Listen, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel right up front. You are celebrating the anniversary of this show 27 years ago that was main evented by The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels inside Hell in a Cell. The first Hell in a Cell or Hell in the Cell that WWE has ever produced. 1997, 27 years later, to the day, same name of the show and the same concept that was born 27 years prior and you're not going to main event Bad Blood with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre? Now, to me, that sounds a little ridiculous. But who am I? I'm only a content creator on YouTube. This match with the Bloodline, Rhodes and Roman, it is the two biggest baby faces in the company right now. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns being number 1 and Cody Rhodes being 1A against the Bloodline. This is the biggest story in the entire company, and it will only get bigger because we're going into War Games. We're going into WrestleMania season. The Rock will inevitably be back by that Netflix Monday Night Raw. And then WrestleMania will start to take shape, which will be Rock and Roman potentially, or Rock and Cody Rhodes potentially. And the Bloodline story will continue well past WrestleMania. I mean, this thing, how many times has Paul Heyman says we're not even in the third fucking inning yet? With the amount of Samoans they keep bringing in, I mean, we're still in the fucking third inning. But I understand. This is your WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. He lives in Atlanta. Roman Reigns has ties to Atlanta. He's played football in Atlanta. He's the biggest star, and this is his first match back since WrestleMania. I mean, it's you put it on a system of metrics here. Which one is going to outweigh the other? WWE is more than likely going to go with that. Where do I put Punk and McIntyre if they don't main event the show? Then it's got to be in the middle of the show. You can't open Hell in a Cell or Bad Blood. I keep calling it Hell in a Cell. You can't open Bad Blood with Hell in a Cell. Absolutely not. Got to be in the middle of the show somewhere. But to me, the logistics of it, looking at it head on, I would main event with the Hell in a Cell just because of the significance. The reason why you brought this show back was not for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. The reason why you brought this show back was for these two guys inside this match. Inside the Hell in a Cell. And now it's not going to main event to me. That's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. But it's Roman Reigns, it's Cody Rhodes. I mean, do you expect anything less from WWE? Their two biggest guys, they're going to main event with them, and it's their biggest storyline. That's what they're going with. We'll see what happens. We got 2 weeks still left to go. It won't be as smooth as expected. AEW sources have not confirmed Rey Fenix contract status.
All right. We already saw that. Mirror and friendly. Yeah, oh, you saw those. MVP debut teaser to Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley could be showing up pretty soon. I hear the other news and rumors. It's not just a secret anymore. Shane McMahon AEW bombshell.
A lot of fans are wondering where in the world is AJ Styles, one of the biggest stars on Friday Night Smackdown, nowhere to be found on the blue brand. Where is AJ Styles? Is he coming back to WWE? Or is he headed to AEW? I got all the latest on where the phenomenal one is right here on Off the Script. Alexa Bliss may be making her return to WWE. Where and when? I got the news on that. The War Raiders, like I mentioned on Monday Night Raw with this scripted vignette that aired on Raw, the War Raiders may be back in the WWE. And a major bombshell to them with the Young Bucks and Shane McMahon. Is Shane McMahon really headed to AEW? All this and so much more right here on today's Off the Script. We will start with AJ. At the time when WWE sign talented contracts, one WWE superstar will have to decide whether he wants to stay or if he wants to. Styles has been on WWE television since putting over Cody Rhodes at Clash at the Castle in June. Following that, AJ Styles worked at Pro Wrestling Noah events and worked shows as part of WWE's Japan Tour in July and the European Tour in August. Now, in early August, it was reported that Styles was initially planned for an early August episode of Smackdown. However, plans changed as it was reported that WWE planned to bring him back to TV ahead of Bash in Berlin. But WWE didn't have that happen. Instead, he's reportedly healthy and just waiting to be used. Fightful Select is reporting that those that they've spoken to are of the belief that Styles' WWE contract is up either late this year or early next year. It's unclear whether Styles plans to leave or if the two sides have even talked. It was said that numerous influential names within the industry and some who have worked with Styles believe it's up this year. Michael's been told that Styles is enjoying time home with his family while waiting on WWE creative. This is a really sticky one, honestly. Now, the first thing I want to call attention to is the fact that Michael put in their report. It was said that numerous influential names within the industry and some who have worked with Styles believe that it's up. The contract is up this year. Now, if AJ Styles, I'm thinking out loud, don't mind me. If AJ Styles is happy, and he's happy with his position in WWE, I don't think it's anybody's business what his contract status is or when his contract expires with World Wrestling Entertainment. The fact that numerous influential names within the industry and some who have worked alongside Styles believe it's up this year tells me, logically, that Styles has been talking to those close to him and that he's murmuring that his contract is up. And if someone does that, in my opinion, then that means that they're interested in possibly seeking employment elsewhere. That maybe there has been discussions amongst him and his closest confidants that he may be looking to test free agency to see if he could make more money and to potentially go and wrestle people that at this stage of his career, this may be the last opportunity for him to go and do that. That's just the way that I look at it. That's on one hand. On the other hand, from WWE, from Triple H, from anybody in that company that works in a creative manner, AJ Styles, you don't want to let someone like that walk. It is just absolutely fucking ludicrous to me that you employ someone like AJ Styles and don't want to bring him back to television. I find that to be ridiculous. I don't think there's anybody out there that is willingly paying AJ Styles a yearly salary, has his name on the payroll. I can't see that company or that employer saying, yeah, you know what? We're just going to let him walk. We're just going to AJ Styles. I don't get it. And then the third aspect of all this discussion, if WWE really wanted to use AJ Styles on Smackdown of all fucking shows, which right now is lacking depth, you bring AJ Styles back to fucking television. What are they waiting for? You mean to tell me you can't bring AJ Styles back to television in a meaningful aspect? If you wanted to do that, you'd be able to write him into the show. Just like how Triple H, if he wanted to use Ricochet and keep Ricochet, he had every opportunity to Ricochet the way he wanted to push Ricochet, the way the fans wanted him to push Ricochet. But no, Ricochet said, hey man, peace out, I'm going to AEW. I got this date with Will Ospreay and I'll see you guys later. Or anybody else for that matter that is in that category. So it's a really sticky situation. I don't know which way AJ is going to swing. WWE, and this could be said for every free agent possibly coming up, Kevin Owens or whoever else is coming up with a contract year in WWE, or even so, those names on the AEW side that potentially want to make a jump to WWE. This is not the same WWE that Vince is running. There is going to be less house shows in 2025. There's more priority in keeping the men and women that are employed there home with their families, more R&R, and it's not as rigorous as it used to be, with the company making more money now than they ever have in their entire history, selling out shows left and right all year long. This is a different WWE. The rigors of the road aren't going to be that much of a burden if you want to say, you know what, I think WWE may be right for me today, or right for me at this stage of my career. AJ Styles, what would AJ Styles want as far as, him being one of the best professional wrestlers today, still at his age? WWE is going to be willing to pay him. They have every asset and they have the monetary funds to pay AJ Styles, so does Tony Khan, so I'm sure that there will be a bidding war, and that's exactly what AJ Styles or someone like AJ Styles wants in his position of bidding war, right? Because he's worth every fucking penny, if you ask me. What is it going to come down to? Is it going to come down to money? I mean, they're both going to be bidding for him. He's going to make bank. Is it going to be creative? I don't know what AJ wants. Drew McIntyre signed in the 13th hour. I mean, look at what happened with him. He wanted it solid creative for himself, and now look at what they got going on with him. He has had a career banner year for himself. Does AJ want something like that? Maybe he doesn't want that. Maybe he just says, you know what? I'm 45 years old, and I'm getting up there. I don't have much time left. I want my match with Kenny Omega. I want my match with Will Ospreay. I want my match with so-and-so over in AEW. I think I'm going to make the jump over there. And I'm Tony Khan. I mean, I'm throwing fucking the ball at AJ Styles. I don't give a shit what it thinks. Maybe that's what he wants. I don't know what he wants. I know if I'm WWE, though, which right now is his employer, you are doing everything possible to see what the fucking guy wants, how much it's going to take, and set some creative on the foundation for him so that he may get back to Friday night. That's what I want. If I'm AJ Styles, that's what I want. I don't know why that hasn't been done yet. Well, nobody really knows if that's been done. Nobody even knows if they've been talking yet. But if AJ's throwing it out there to numerous influential names and people that have worked with Styles, believe himself this year, that means AJ's talking, which means, on top of that, that AJ potentially may be interested in testing free agency. And you don't want it to get to that point. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think AJ's staying? Same with KO. We talked about this last week. Is KO staying? Is KO going? Is AJ staying? Is AJ going? I mean, that would be an unbelievable 1-2 combo. Tony Khan could lure AJ and Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, away from WWE. It's going to be a very interesting year for free agency in 2025. And some AEW talent will be shifting gears over to WWE. This is going to be why AEW being around is healthy for the business. It's going to be a very, very interesting year. Moving on, Alexa Bliss. Fans looking to see Alexa Bliss back on WWE TV might have to wait until 2025. Bliss took to social media this week to tease her return when she posted, "Don't worry, darling. I'll see you soon enough." However, don't take that as a tease for something in the near future because PW Insider reports that WWE creative sources say that she's not scheduled for an immediate return. The source said that her return is not expected until the holiday season, which means that we won't see her until 2025, the earliest. The source added that the current creative regime looks to maximize everything that they do, and right now there's no need to rush anyone onto TV. For what it's worth, there's Billy Doll shown in the background during a backstage segment with the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw. Now, I don't know what that means. I mean, that was there for a reason. You know, Triple H doesn't really do anything like that for just bullshit reasons. There's a reason behind everything that they do. Just like when you see someone in the background during a backstage promo, oh, who's that? You know, we've seen certain aspects. Nikki Cross, once upon a time, floating around back there, looking off into the distance. We've seen when MVP was there before he jumped ship to A. With what's going on right now, because they have what they got in Rhea and Liv, and then they have Tiffany Stratton with Charlotte Flair coming back. And we talked about this on Monday because it immediately jumped off the page to me when I saw this Viking vignette / promo air on Monday Night Raw.
I'm about to end my video in a few minutes. Think I made it long enough.
Got all the other content.
Now there's the full recap for Smackdown. Wow, so I'm about to end his video pretty quick. And same thing with Denise. Yeah, cause Smackdown there wasn't that much. The only thing that was talked about mostly was the bloodline. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Everything else was pretty much filler. Except for the great match with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Now we know that we have we have Rez and Phil that are going to be talking about that tomorrow.
Bottle of perfume, man. I can't smell out here. Who knows if it was really that smelly?
Alright, well, guess I'll stop the video. Just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Now I just want to let all my fans and my new subscribers and my viewers know that I will make more videos. I will do another walkthrough, another let's play. I'm actually gonna remake some videos on my YouTube channel. I will play Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I'm gonna re-upload some videos and make them longer. So make sure you guys enjoy my videos. Until that time, I'll see y'all later.